Hi, my name is Brianna Campbell, and this is my podcast self-evaluation project. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my experience in public speaking with Miss. I didn't have any prior experience with public speaking before I actually came into the class. I had a different perception of it than what it actually was when I came into the class. I thought that it would be harder and more grammar associated, but it was more literally talking about the public speaking aspect, which I really liked. One of the hardest things I had to do in my speeches was to slow down so people could hear me talk, because I get really nervous and I tend to speak too fast and I'm all jittery and my voice can't be heard. So that was the hardest part for me. Was I nervous during any of the presentations? Yes. I was nervous before every presentation that I did. I had to take time to calm myself down and breathe and tell myself that it's gonna be okay because you know your stuff. I actually enjoy giving the persuasive speech the most because I felt like I could be the most creative with that. During my persuasive speech, I also made sure that I was avoiding logical fallacies, things like false dilemma and things such as just because we don't know if it's true or not, then it automatically isn't true, or bandwagoning your complex question to unrelated points, you can join it as a single preposition. I didn't want to do any of that. So when I was writing my speech, because I was using marijuana, I know I needed to be critical, and I made sure that all my facts were hard facts and that they were proven to be hard facts from doctors and things of that nature, such as the video. Because I felt like the audience responded to it really well. I felt like they learned something. It was engaging. I felt like they were engaged because they were talking back with me after my presentation was over. They came and asked me questions, so that made me feel good. And I also think that's when I had my audience the most engaged. Because I'm in the film program, I believe that if you can show somebody something, it's better than anything you can say or anything you can do. You just have to show them. The speech that I found most challenging was actually the collaborative speech. Funny enough, it sounds like it would be the easiest speech because you get to work with other people, but that's exactly what made it hard for me, because we had to time everybody's 3-minute speech into a 15 to 30 minute speech that was going to be within the time ranks, and we were still going to get our points across. It was hard to agree on things and agree on orders and how we should present things because everybody has different ideas. That was actually the hardest one, but it ended up being the one that was the most fun. I had a great time, and I got to meet some new people, and the speech was a success in my opinion because people were asking questions after the presentation. People were interacting with us as we were on stage presenting our speech. Utilizing pathos, ethos, and logos wasn't too hard for me because I went over that a lot when I was in high school, so it wasn't that hard, but it was definitely interesting to put it into a different type of perspective that my teacher wanted me to have. So basically, for ethos, I made sure all my facts were correct, and I made sure I knew more about my topic than what I was just presenting, so that I could handle counter arguments appropriately. And logos, I usually used charts or clips with professional opinions on whatever the subject was that I was presenting. And for pathos, I almost always used a video or a clip just showing what I was trying to talk about, because like I said before, as a film student, I feel like the best way for people to understand what you're saying is to see it, to show them what you're saying and what you understand in order for them to understand it too. So, and I think it worked, because a lot of times after I would show a clip, I would get way more engagement because people understood what I was trying to say. How would I rate my public speaking on a scale from 1 to 4? I would give myself a 3.5. I say that because there were some speeches where I felt like I could have came more prepared and I could have did some more research, and I wanted to do more research, but it didn't happen, and so I think that kind of takes off from what I was trying to do. I give myself a 3.5. I wasn't perfect, but I felt like I did good.